Corbin White.
And I'm Gunnar Peterson. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Downtown Pullman. Water spills from Main Street into local businesses because of a flash storm. The Pullman Fire Department representative told us on scene that drainage grates were clogged on the street, causing water to pour into downtown businesses. As soon as the debris was cleared, the flooding subsided. As you can see here, business owners and employees were working frantically to clean up their stores by trying to mop out wet water and suck it up with shop vacuums. Murrow News 8 will continue to track this story and tell you more about those businesses affected.
Jury selection began Monday for the trial of former Pullman Police Sergeant Jerry Hargraves. Hargraves is accused of sexual misconduct with a Washington State University freshman in exchange for not arresting her. A total of 12 jurors are being chosen from a pool of more than 100, according to KXLY. Opening statements for the trial will start once the jury is selected.
Local developers to build student housing near WSU's golf course. According to PullmanRadio.com, the University Crossing project will begin this week on the corner of Terry View Drive and Fairway Road. They say high-end residential condominiums for alumni and other customers will also be built. There's a new way to pay for parking on campus. WSU now supports an app called Way to Park, which lets students pay for parking from their phones. You can start and extend your parking session from the app so you don't have to stop at any of the pay stations. Transportation Services employee says this new convenient way to park benefits students. Pullman police are looking for a person of interest. Pullman Radio says Pullman PD is looking into the case of the man using counterfeit money at Walmart last Wednesday. This picture was just released yesterday, and police say any information regarding this person should contact Sergeant Dow at PPD.
Paper checks to the debit cards.
Paper checks to debit cards. The Idaho Women, Infant, and Children Program, WIC, is going digital. According to Idaho's Department of Health and Welfare, eWIC cards are faster and the family's WIC foods are bundled together. eWIC will go live in southern Idaho Thursday, September 12th, and the remainder of Idaho will have access in October. Train Depot has been added to the National Register of Historic Places. According to PullmanRadio.com, the Northern Pacific Railway Depot is now considered by the federal government as a historical structure that must be preserved. PullmanRadio.com says the depot operated from 1916 to 1966 and that the Whitman County Historical Society hopes to convert the depot into a museum.
The Whitman County Sheriff's Office offers their last free mandatory boater education course tonight and tomorrow. The courses start at 6 o'clock and both are free of charge, not including a $10 boater education card. These mandatory courses are held at the Pioneer Center in Pullman. Today is the World Suicide Prevention Day. According to the health organization's latest study, a suicide happens every 40 seconds. The World Health Organization also says they have to look at access to care on mental health issues, depression, and alcohol usage. Please remember, you can always call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255 or text 741-721. A film screening on Chicago's Black Arts Movement is coming to Pullman. WSU's Visiting Writers Series is hosting a screening of BAM, Chicago's Black Arts Movement, tomorrow night in the Fine Arts Building. The film introduces dozens of artists involved in Chicago's Black Pride campaign. WSU Vancouver professors Tabidi Lewis and Pavithra Narayanan, who directed the film, will be on hand for a Q&A session after the film. The event starts at 5 p.m.
City Hall Plaza opens its doors to the community tomorrow for a memorial ceremony in honor of September 11th. The ceremony will go from 7:30 to 8 a.m. The City of Pullman, Pullman Police Department, and Pullman Fire Department will carry out traditions of the ceremony in the plaza. President Trump fires a national security advisor, John Bolton. According to CNN, the Trump administration disagreed with several of Bolton's suggestions. Trump thanked John for his service and said he would hire a replacement next week.
Amazon is looking to hire more than 30,000 people by early next year. It's holding nationwide jobs fairs next week. According to Amazon, they are looking for all kinds of workers, and all positions come with benefits. The hiring events will be held September 17th in 6 locations. A new Amazon fulfillment center is coming to Spokane. It plans to open in middle of 2020, and it stands 2.5 million square feet, located on Geiger Boulevard near the Spokane International Airport. According to Amazon, they usually begin to hire a couple months before the center opens. The Amazon spokeswoman Siobhan Brown says, "We would focus our hiring efforts in Spokane to better engage local talent and closer to the actual building's launch."
When we come back, Gardner Minshew makes his NFL debut.
When Murrow News 8 continues.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back to Murrow News 8. The Cougars kept things rolling Saturday, vanquishing Northern Colorado 59-17. Anthony Gordon was dominant, passing for 464 yards and 4 touchdowns. Brandon Arconato led Cougar receivers with 8 receptions for 127 yards and a score. The defense did their job as well, recovering 4 Bears fumbles. WSU heads to Texas to play the Houston Cougars next weekend. The game kicks off at 6:15 Friday night. Former WSU quarterback Gardner Minshew made his NFL debut on Sunday. Minshew replaced injured Jaguars quarterback Nick Foles in the first half of their game against the Kansas City Chiefs. He excelled under center, completing 22 of 25 passes for 25 yards and 2 touchdowns. Minshew set a number of records in his debut. His 88% completion percentage is the best in NFL history for a debut, as well as Jacksonville's franchise record for any appearance with at least 25 attempts. Minshew will start next week as Jacksonville travels to Houston to take on the Texans. The Hilinski name was back on the football field last weekend. Ryan Hilinski, the younger brother of Tyler Hilinski, led his South Carolina Gamecocks in the battle against Charleston Southern last Saturday. Ryan was spectacular, completing 24 of 30 passes for 282 yards and 3 total touchdowns in a 72-10 win while donning his brother's number 3. Ryan and South Carolina head to Tuscaloosa Saturday to play number 2 Alabama. The Seahawks slipped by the Cincinnati Bengals to start the season 1-0. Russell Wilson completed 14 of 20 passes for 198 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Seahawks defense was torched by Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton, who passed for 2 touchdowns and a career-high 418 passing yards. Seattle will travel to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers next Sunday. Kickoff is at 10 a.m. WSU midfielder Avery Collins earned the Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week award. The award is her first as a Cougar and her second in her collegiate career. Collins leads Washington State in goals with 4 and total points with 9. Collins and her Cougs take on Michigan Friday night at 7 p.m.
Next, Yolanda will give us a look at our weather.
When Murrow News 8 returns.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Want me to throw it? Welcome back to Murrow News 8. Now, time for our weather with Yolanda. Yolanda, what do you have for us?
Okay, thank you guys. I hope you guys not get all wet from the crazy raining day. Okay, let's take a look up our today's weather. So today we have a high 68 degrees with a low of 48 degrees, and it's few showers in the day, and sunrise at 6:20 a.m. and sunset at 7:10 p.m. tonight. And tomorrow, for tomorrow's weather, we have a partially cloudy day, a high of 71 degrees and a low of 49 degrees, but it's no raining, and 7 miles per hour windy, 6:12 a.m. sunrise and sunset at 7:08 p.m. tonight. Across the state, here is what is happening today's weather. Okay. For Olympia and Seattle, we have a 67 degrees and a low of 54 degrees for Olympia. And Seattle is similar, 69 degrees and 56 degrees. And here is for our east part. Okay, let's take a look 5-day forecast. And it's good news, seems like there's no raining in the 4 next days. And Thursday is the most sunny day. Go back to the main desk.
Murrow News 8 will return.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
A woman in Austria took a picture of a squirrel smelling a flower, and it went viral. Now, a Spokane woman, Tina Penny, took a picture of a squirrel in her neighborhood. Thank you for watching tonight. Be sure to watch our live newscasts at nwpb.org/M8 and on Cable 8 at 7 and 10.
Don't forget, you can also follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter.
Have a good night.